Sure. यार ये
नहीं.
Who is?
After that you went live.
Yeah.
Yes.
I have
You
a
don't have a mic.
As if I always have a mic and the voice only goes if there's a mic. He's who? Who's he?
You can hold the mic.
He has confirmed it,
You speak.
that the audio did not go.
It did not go live.
Did you say something which was offensive?
I know, you were talking. You can take my mic, I'll share it with Rahul.
अरे
No,
नहीं
he
नहीं
will not hold it, I will hold
No,
it.
no,
Yeah.
it's okay.
Chalo.
Because he is the
Chalo.
most vocal, so might as well
That's why
have
I'm
the
giving
mic
him
with
this.
this.
क्या है? What is the
So as it is.
What is the
The
mudda?
mic is off.
What is the masla misail today?
We look forward to the second ODI.
Second ODI playing 11.
Just get to the 11.
Siddharth has given this
Same team.
topic.
Chalo. Same team.
Siddharth has given this
Same
topic.
team.
Done.
Same team.
Same team done.
Lao Kagas to pen.
No change for Shardul Thakur, you're not changing.
They won't do.
They won't know, but you would want.
Ideally, Umran should have played the first game. Now that Shardul played the first game, they will give him another game. Ideally, I would want an extra fast bowler to play rather than an all-rounder batting at number 8.
But
Number 7 or number 8.
8. But they said something about Umran playing or not playing.
See, Paras Mamre, who came for the press conference, the bowling coach said that Umran Malik will play depending upon the requirements of the team and also upon the surface. Was the Hyderabad wicket totally suited to pace bowling? That is a very, very subjective thing. Requirements of the team. Maybe if they don't want to play Shardul, as Vikrant sir said, maybe then you can get Umran Malik.
Requirements of the teams, I mean, it's very obvious that anyone who plays is based on the requirement of the team.
That's what he said.
But how do we,
He could have.
but I want to understand what,
Maybe the team felt Umran was not required in Hyderabad. They had the bowling capability to ensure that 350 could be defended, which they just about
they didn't know
managed.
when at the time they went in for the toss, so the team was decided, they didn't know they'll get 350, na?
Yeah.
And
So how would,
if Shubman Gill wouldn't have scored that double.
This guy is the one that I got a call from on my birthday. Remember I told you when you checked the picture, the leader, Gurgaon. Yeah. Chalo, carry on. I'll show you.
he's a leader?
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Oh, huh.
Chalo.
Oh,
I will.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, basically, that is the thing that Paras Mamre just said.
What did he say exactly?
He said that Umran Malik will play for the team if there is a requirement and depending upon the nature of the pitch.
Wow. Eureka.
Absolutely.
That's what I was saying. Like,
Kamal hai.
I didn't understand any of that. Everyone who plays is based on the requirement of the team, but if you had explained what was the requirement and what was it, and what was it that was different in this surface that's going to be different in surfaces coming up, I don't know. Pretty much the
This is
same
what he
surfaces.
The only newsworthy thing that he has said about all this is in the last line.
These are the points that Paras Mahabre made
Nahi yaar,
during the
these
press
are the points
conference.
that he's made.
No,
these are
after
the-
listening to
These are
the
the points
PC.
that Paras Mahabre made. So, A, he said, rare to see a bowler bowl consistently in excess of 150 kmph.
Yes,
Did you know this?
I knew it.
I also think you knew about this. You didn't. You
Eureka. Everything is Eureka today.
adds a different dimension and value to the team. Did you know this?
Yes,
Before Paras Mahabre,
absolutely.
you,
Eureka.
and he is very much in the scheme of things for the ICC
For the World
this
Cup.
year's World
Which
Cup.
means that he will not be part of the team.
That we don't know whether he's, because a lot of things are said about different players 7-8 months before the World Cup, 1-2 months, the tone changes totally. It happened with Kuldeep Yadav. It could happen with
It
Umran
happened
Malik.
with
also.
Yuzvendra
It
Chahal.
happened with your Juvendra Chahal also, spinners, but maybe a pacer has a different luck altogether.
Lucky.
We don't know.
Can
Can you call him and ask him to stop this?
Propaganda.
Huh?
Propaganda.
No, but my point is, why is it that justice for wrestlers can only be reserved for certain individuals or entities?
Meaning? Justice for wrestlers isn't asking for all wrestlers, no?
No, wrestlers as in, why is it that only you can pray for justice for them? Why not Rahul? Why
Of
not?
course, everyone can.
So,
Then everyone should go to Jantar Mantar.
no. You know what I'm talking about?
Basically,
No, I don't.
no, for example, what he, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, what he is trying to say is that, for example, today Vijender turned up for this thing, for the,
In support of, yeah.
just to join their
Yeah.
campaign. And he's also an athlete, and that too an accomplished one.
Yep.
Olympic
Asiad gold medalist.
Won a bronze medal.
Bronson took in Beijing.
So, and then
Beijing,
he was asked not to say anything. So he had to go to the, I think, Constitution Club or somewhere, in fact ACC.
No, but that's
Congress.
because he's politically affiliated to the
No,
Congress.
but who isn't? Are all these wrestlers not affiliated?
No, they're
to-
not technically.
Why?
He is with the party.
No, some of them are the members of the.
Yes.
Babita is.
Yeah, Babita is. Babita was there with
Vijender
them.
fought the elections from South Delhi constituency.
Vijender, na?
Vijender.
So that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, from Congress.
Yeah, no. I'm saying some of these wrestlers are also affiliated to political parties.
Yeah, Bajrang Punia, I think.
No, Bajrang is not.
Vinesh?
No.
Babita.
Babita is.
Babita is the only one.
Yes.
She fought, she lost the
Yeah.
election.
Yeah.
She
Yes.
fought on a BJP. But maybe because she's
She's
not.
a youth wing leader now.
No, I mean, I'm just trying to think from the point of view of the wrestlers. Just because I know Brinda Karat went yesterday, she was
Yeah.
also asked to, not
She
be on the
was also
same.
booed away.
Yeah, so what they are maybe trying to do is that if there are any political members that come specially that are against the current dispensation, then kinds of gives a feeling, they feel that their cause may not be taken forward, saying that, oh, it's been fueled by some opposition political parties, may not be taken seriously. So they think that the best way that they can resolve it is like not have any.
The ruling parties already started saying that.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. So
And it's been fueled by
the Congress, Dipinder Huda and whatever. I don't know whether there's truth to that or not, okay? But I'm just saying, at best what you're trying to do is just not be affiliated to anything politically or just keep
the
your...
wrestlers have done the right thing
Yeah,
by not letting the outsiders come in. My point is, if I'm an outsider, do I have the right to join their fight for justice or not?
yes. But I think...
Regardless of my...
Yes,
You're
but what they
politically
said
affiliated.
was... No, but what they said was, I remember in the case, what I heard was in the case of Brinda Karat, that they said, please be part of the protest, but don't come on stage.
Yeah,
That's
on
what
stage and with the banners.
With the banners, just be there. You could be with us, support us, be here, but don't come on stage. So let it not be a photo op for any other political
But to
party.
be fair to Brinda Karat, she is more than active when it comes to these social, economic
Sure.
and...
I'm not doubting her intentions.
Yeah.
I'm saying maybe she genuinely wants to help. Or Vijender. Again, Vijender, all the more reason, since as Rahul points out, that he's an athlete too, so he can go both ways. But I'm saying at the moment, an athlete is thinking that, let me not, be seen as being pushed by any political party. That's only going to hamper or be an impediment in my progress with the talks with the government. Yeah, so anything that can help me get my issue resolved, and if that means staying away from them, then so be it. I think that's why they do it.
I hope with each passing day, this campaign doesn't lose its momentum.
That it will. That
And
it
it's not
will.
about momentum, and also because a lot of
Look at
people
yourself. Yesterday you were there whole day, gentlemen. Today you were going to go there, but you went somewhere else and had lunch and came. And tomorrow you may not even go for lunch there. Day after, although
Tomorrow I may not have the time to.
And I'm
You
just
have
saying.
to come to office. No?
No, but I'm saying
I get your
general
point. And
sentiment
momentum and
is
there
slowly
could be
it'll
a
happen.
shift of alignment, as in which way you are aligned. So because when things started day before yesterday, wrestlers had a specific demand. Then yesterday, they changed their demand. There were a few things that were added to the list. And today, now the Mokif might change, with each passing day for the people.
Krishna is saying, please talk about the topic.
And Rajan is also saying, don't blame our wrestlers.
No, who's blaming the wrestlers, by the way?
Exactly.
I'm just saying that you cannot separate outsiders from joining in their protests. That's what I'm saying. It's not their fault. So far, they've not done anything, the wrestlers, so as to suggest that they have any political motive or agenda behind that. But the fact is, people will talk about it. People will talk about it.
And as far as the
Has the
entire
press conference happened?
not yet.
No.
I think that's one of the reasons why we saw the farm protest as well, which sort of seeing that here as well. More of these protests, they don't want any affiliations or anyone from outside to be there, because then the meaning is lost somewhere. If you have people with affiliations, coming in, yes, they can have their voice, but when you have strongly affiliated people join the protest, it just inevitably the color and the tone of the protest changes.
And also,
ऊपर जाना थोड़ा सा.
this entire crusade by the
But-
wrestlers. If these allegations are true, firstly they have to be investigated, and if they are true, I think the person in question should be prosecuted, fair and square. But
But if they are unsubstantiated and proved to be incorrect, then
yes, then what? Because in this country, we usually tend to back the athletes, and maybe rightly so, against whenever it comes to the administration and the athlete. And it's not just limited or restricted to wrestling.
all sports.
Even cricket, by that for that matter. You would remember the episode between Saurav Ganguly and Virat Kohli. Saurav Ganguly himself, a legend, as had led India for so many years. Even he got so much of criticism at that time. And as far as wrestling is concerned, I can say that it is one of the best run sports federations in this country.
Okay, so that was a question Ankit had for you. Just go down a bit.
On Brij Bhushan Sharan's.
So Ankit is saying, no, go down. Go down. He's saying, Brij Bhushan Singh is great. He's doing a great job. It's only the Haryana lobby, and if anything is wrong, then why not FIR? Ankit is saying.
Maybe media trial at times is better than these FIRs, or even if the allegations of sexual harassment are being leveled against one person, the first thing that you need to do is either lodge an FIR or go to the Women's Commission. That hasn't happened. Let's hope that better sense prevail, and we get right to the bottom of the issue.
Super chat, you missed one, Shivam. Think it. Roy SP wants to know, sir, the present chief somehow continues. Do you think that the wrestlers who have protested will have smooth careers? Asian and Olympic qualifiers this year.
Yep. And also the World Championships in Nur Sultan.
But history suggests it will not be very easy for them.
Yeah. But his tenure ends in March.
What if? It depends on who wins this fight. I think right now they're eye to eye.
Yes.
It's a battle of equals. And what if he installs someone else,
That is going to happen.
and he insists on trials to take place?
Yep.
And what if the referees are told not to allow you points, and you're discarded on the basis of trials, and you're not able to compete? Or if there is this 19-21 wala case, like in the case of Sushil Kumar and
Narsingh Yadav.
They lean towards the younger one. So anything can happen. And of the ones who prominent, I think Bajrang has a future. Ravi Daya has a future.
Yes.
Still very young, 23, 24.
Deepak Punia has a future.
Absolutely.
Yes.
The point is, I don't know what must have happened. Really don't know if the entire fraternity has come out against the federation. But I also feel that there has to be some clamping down for either party. I mean, the wrestlers are insisting on their demands. They want the federation to be disbanded. They want Brij Bhushan to go. They want states to be disbanded. That's not possible.
State federations.
Technically, that is not going to happen. No sports ministry, no IUA can do that. Yeah? Until that happens, or an assurance is given, you go to sit on dharna. So there'd be 10-year-olds, 12-year-olds, young wrestlers sitting on dharna for 15 days. What happens to the entire year for them?
There's a point saying that if Rahul had worn white, we would have had a Tiranga.
Oh yes. So he is wearing white.
You want me to remove myself?
Yes, why not?
Somebody pointed out.
Please do that.
Please रोक लो ये कहीं पे शिवम. See there. Super Sohit is saying.
तिरंगे के लिए तो यार लोग क्या नहीं कर सकते यार. खोलो.
And 6 days में तो we celebrate.
No,
हो गया जी आपका तिरंगा.
अरे हो क्या गया?
Actually, it would have been Tiranga anyway.
हाँ दोनों तरफ से तिरंगा बन सकता है.
अरे यार आप क्या आप भी नहीं व्हाइट पहना आपने स्वेटर मुझे
मैं तो दे दूंगा.
No, in that case, no. In that case, if you come and sit here
There's a Tiranga both ways.
and you take off your sweater and you sit here,
Yeah,
if you sit here,
tummy,
then I'll be here.
double the size.
Then also we make it.
He will not be part of the Tiranga.
Then he won't be. But he's
I'll
not
be the
removing.
Ashok Chakra with my tummy.
चलो यार वो लोग कह रहे टाइम पास कर रहे हैं विक्रांत जी. Not विक्रांत जी alone. All
Harshit is saying your agenda was about the second ODI. Why has it changed? No, we are touching upon all important
Chalo,
issues.
let's,
we'll get to it. So there's a question, and that is about that, which Mr. Raj is asking. Why we can't play risky attacking game? It's not a question, it's a question. He says we cannot play risky attacking game if batting ends at 7. England attacks with batting buffer. And I've always said that, Mr. Raj, but Vikrant disagrees with it, so you answer that. That's Mr. Raj's point.
You've got a point, yeah. But there'll be very rare days when you need the batsman to come in at 7 or 8 and change the complexion of the game. At number 8, I'd much rather have a bowler who can get you wickets and win you every second game. So when you have a batsman coming in at number 8, you're preparing for a rainy day. You're just preparing for that eventuality whenever it happens, if it happens. But I think if you're inclined towards playing bowlers who can pick wickets outright, that can be a better option, because anyways your bowlers are leaking runs. Sri Lanka has done that, Bangladesh has done that, New Zealand have done that. It's just a scare right now. What if somebody chases down 350 or 370 or 390? Why let them do that?
Raj from the US of A says, does no one give feedback to Rohit that his reaction on TV when Indian bowlers are taken to the cleaner looks terrible?
Call it.
And give feedback?
It does look very terrible.
I am okay. You think so?
Not.
It does.
I think it's okay. I'll tell you why. I know there were a lot of critics about Virat Kohli's aggression also. I liked it. I like Rohit Sharma's reaction also. I think it's very human and it's very natural.
Heat of the moment.
And not everyone can be MS Dhoni, who was so calm and composed.
He's just a disappointed skipper.
He's human,
yeah.
yeah. You tell me, if there was a camera in your game when you played T10 or whatever on you in those moments, what are the reactions they're going to get?
Then at times, there are different reactions. At times, he's appearing hopeless and helpless. That is a worry.
Don't you will appear, or he or me or anyone, when those, and we are humans. When these things happen, there's pressure, we are tense, things are going out of our control. You hope the bowler is going to bowl there, but he's bowled somewhere else.
I also
and
know
you can't
that the
do anything.
10 players may not be seeing him on television while they're playing, and they may be far to see his reactions.
But he's saying anyone. Anyone. It could be the coach, the man who came for the press conference.
Paras Mamre.
Or anybody you can call him.
Stay in control or appear in control, the team feels better.
Yeah.
They feel they are in the game.
Yeah, I take your point. Sometimes it is a lot about body language as well, right?
Yeah,
we know of
Deepak
this.
Chahar is not fit, yeah.
This.
Again, Deepak Chahar and Shardul Thakur. like for like.
No, I take the point about body language because in a lot of sports science they talk about this. That even if you're feeling nervous, don't show it to your opponent.
Exactly.
There's a documentary which is going to be coming out on Netflix or called Breakpoint on tennis.
Yeah, on tennis.
Did you see one of the things? So one of the scenes is Rafael Nadal going for a French Open final. They're in the dugout, and the other player, I forget who he's going to be playing in that final, and so they just got this tunnel camera on. And they say how Rafael Nadal won the French Open final before he even stepped onto the court. That 5-minute clip, you should see it. They put it in their promo. Is him, he comes, he's like a tiger there, right? He's running. You can see the other player. He's like looking at him like this. Then how much time to go? Then Nadal is like running, taking these squats, going in front of him, jumping, pumping.
So we've seen this.
So this guy is like,
I mean, with my own eyes, I've seen that 2003
total
World Cup
nervous.
final.
Before the final game.
The Australians and the Indians. We've seen on television the Pakistan-England World Cup final '92. Imran Khan was wearing that Tiger
jersey.
Tiger jersey,
Tiger,
and Grant Gooch was like a 68-year-old on television at the time of the toss. So we've seen that before. It does help.
Yes.
At times, it does tilt the game either which way.
There is this comment when we talk about all this body language and all that. One of the England Lions coach to just describe the Australia-South Africa World Cup semi-final 1999. He had said the players would have had to use this technique: brains in the freezer, body in the oven. Meaning you have to keep a very calm mind, but your body needed to be very, very active, as if you're on fire. But South Africa had the reverse. Brains were on fire, body was in the freezer, because they just froze. When the pressure became too much, it just froze. And that's why Australia and New Zealand
Two
had
moments basically they froze.
Yeah.
The drop catch.
In Leeds.
Yeah.
Gibbs dropping that catch. And that run out.
The run out, yeah.
And that is why New Zealand and Australia, they soak up pressure better. New Zealand, you look at it, Kane Williamson, he rarely loses his cool. Dhoni has occasionally lost his cool, by the way.
See, losing cool is a different thing. Like Nikhil said, you're human, it can happen. But appearing hopeless and helpless doesn't really help at times.
Yeah.
That doesn't help.
You don't like his reaction where he's muttering under his breath. You know, there's a thing like that. I've seen that.
Yes.
But I find that very cute. I don't know why. It's like he's so human. He's like just one of us.
I think these, of course.
He's
No filter, like no filter.
Williamson's got a zen mode around him. Again, 2015 pressure for a match against Australia, now 9 wickets down, he hits a 6. That's it. Just this.
Again, no, that's his personality.
That's why.
You can't be like.
You can't blame Rohit here to act a certain way. It's just what the situation gets out of him.
Exactly. It's
not
human
going
nature. It's
around-
by the heat of the moment. I wouldn't blame him if he has that reactions. It's natural.
But Raj makes a point because I compared the Virat aggression. I said I like that also, and I like very human reactions of Virat. But what he's saying is that Virat's aggression was mostly reserved for the opponents and not for his own team, whereas Rohit's, it seems like it's for the team. But I mean, was there never an occasion where Virat was angry with his teammates or at any point? I don't know. Like, was Virat's aggression
Maybe
only
not
for the
highlighted
opponents?
much.
No, it was for his own self. Maybe for the team as well. You know, again, we don't know what is the right balance. You can overdo things. I don't know.
Exactly. I mean, nobody is to say that this thing succeeds or that doesn't, right? There could
Staying
be a calm.
quiet is not a bad thing.
Yeah.
Or staying aggressive is not a bad thing either.
Yeah.
But my point is, I've seen on TV, Rohit Sharma at times, he looks clueless.
No, who doesn't? If things aren't going your
But
way.
maybe because he has no filter, so there'll be occasions where we've pointed out in other captains also where they've looked clueless,
At least
but clueless.
in the
But
inner circle, no?
That's a good point.
see, why I said about Rohit, even I remember.
That is now fielding
Now.
in the inner circle.
Even in the most successful time of his captaincy, which is, let's say, the 5 IPL titles that he's won, Rohit, I remember occasions where he was exactly like this.
Yeah.
For the Mumbai games also. He was nervous. He would be irritated at some point, saying the bowler, close games, winning those close games. So I'm saying even when, and those are the times we were praising Rohit Sharma, the captain, right? That he's fantastic, look at the way he captain. So, I mean, his reactions are not necessarily a yardstick to measure if he's a good captain or not, is what I'm saying. It's just he showcases that. KL Rahul says Messi has inspired Virat and Rohit. Did you see the images, by the way, today? Big B
Yep.
Amazing. Yeah.
shaking hands with Messi,
Messi,
and
Ronaldo,
He
Mbappe.
said also a few things to them.
Yeah.
And I,
Mbappe. Look at the stars assembled here.
huh?
कभी इंडिया आए तो प्रतीक्षा जरूर देना। प्रतीक्षा है ना और आशीर्वाद
No. Not Ashirvad.
आशीर्वाद नहीं वो।
प्रतीक्षा
And the other one, Jalsa.
Jalsa.
प्रतीक्षा
दो है।
One of the bungalows,
Pratiksha
no,
and
that he's
Jalsa.
got. Yeah.
Not Ashirvad is nothing.
राजेश खन्ना
राजेश खन्ना।
राजेश खन्ना
Ah.
Yeah. I mean, 4 of the greatest players were playing yesterday. Neymar, Mbappe, Messi, Ronaldo.
Yeah.
The rarest of rare sides. I don't think we have ever seen all these 4 together. Because the last time Messi and Ronaldo were together on the pitch was in 2020 Champions League.
Messi, Ronaldo, Neymar would have been on the same pitch.
In
because
2015.
Barcelona.
15.
But there would be no Mbappe.
Yeah, no
They
Mbappe.
sent out a message.
Stop anti-Mumbai talks. Eh? Where have we been anti-Mumbai?
we're talking about
Rohit,
राजेश खन्ना मतलब
No, Rohit, you were saying.
Rohit Sharma, arey yaar.
Chandresh, stop being parochial. Think India.
Mumbai guys take it very
That's the
seriously.
problem. That's the problem.
Pratik says Rohit started aggressive, but though his strike rate is below 90, then what is the point to start aggressive? Acha.
Go slam bang and then.
And then cut down.
You
on
can
it.
I
consolidate.
think Rohit
no?
also needs one big one. I mean,
Yeah.
but big one as in a century,
Yes.
100 plus score. Maybe tomorrow.
Tomorrow,
or
exactly.
tomorrow.
We hoped he would get there in the first one. He's shown promising signs.
Yeah.
He needs that.
But do you think he's giving away his wicket also now a little cheaply at
He does.
times?
Malab, not cheaply, but
In the first ODI,
double-minded,
Just
double-minded,
lofted the ball
yeah.
up.
I
No,
mean,
if he
even
does that,
yeah.
At times he appears very tentative, double-minded.
Yep.
He's not hitting the ball. He's just trying to place that ball.
No, what Darsh Jain is saying, I'll just take his comment. He says, can we have Umran in place of Washington and go with 4 pacers with Kuldeep at 8? And how do you find the spin bowling of Shreyas Iyer? But how will that happen? As soon as you take Washington out,
Then your batting looks even thinner.
Even
yeah,
to-
so
Shardul,
Then you don't have any batting after.
Shardul, Shami,
6.
Siraj, and Umran. Those are your 4 pacers with Kuldeep Yadav.
No,
I'll have
You have no batting after Hardik Pandya then, right?
Shardul.
Shardul, yes. You'll have to go with that
Can't do
only.
this.
So Bajrang is driving himself.
today there's a difference. Yesterday you saw how they were honking and going in. I think today they've not gone in with the cars. I think some of them, I don't know why. They were?
Wait, no,
I-
the visuals that we just saw.
Okay. How was it? I do not. Maybe I saw something else where the car was parked outside and they walked inside the gate.
Could be inside the house, inside the gates.
May have been okay.
Maybe the news agency.
Could be.
ये ले चुके हैं please.
But any interpretation of the body language of the players today, any difference that you see? You guys were there on the ground yesterday, and given the tough
Oh, yesterday
stance
they were
of,
clearly not happy when
no,
they
given the
came
tough
That was
stance,
bad.
Yes.
given the tough stance of
They were tired.
They were
Brij Bhushan.
exactly. Maybe they are tired or
No, but
they were not happy.
they were
I
not
agree
happy.
with you.
When they came out, they weren't happy.
They wanted
Just not
to
happy.
go their way, which
Last night.
may or may not happen.
Yep.
Today also.
The point is that when the meeting ended last night at 2 o'clock, they said let's meet tomorrow morning at 8
8 o'clock, yeah, but that didn't
The
happen.
wrestlers did not turn up
Yes.
the entire day. They've just come in now.
They were not even available on their phones.
They were not available on the phones. I don't know.
Not possible now. They went at 2
No, this
o'clock.
is-
How
this
will
is
they
from the
reach it?
ministry, by the way.
Yeah, but have some compassion. They
What?
went at 2 o'clock at night.
The minister was ready
Yes.
at 8 o'clock. in the
Because
morning.
it was discussed last evening or last night.
Yes, at 8
that
o'clock you have to
tomorrow
come.
morning we will meet around 8 a.m. It could be, maybe 9, 10, whatever. But they never turned up for the meeting. Athletes.
Wow.
No, but then why are they being entertained now when they're going?
Because there were a few things that needed to be discussed yesterday.
Yeah,
They just need
but
to
if you're
assume
not
that-
respecting somebody else's time, then ideally this meeting then shouldn't have happened. Why is it happening? There it's happening. See,
Your good friend.
Oh my goodness.
only cricket highlights is saying
Yeah.
Indian batters will
Again be exposed when Bolt and Henry come back. They are one of the best ODI teams now, along with England in ODIs, and contender for the World Cup. Yeah, they are bilateral weaklings, but in the ICC events, they just raise their game to a different level altogether. I mean, 15 final, 17 didn't do well, surprisingly, in the Champions Trophy, 16 semi-final T20 World Cup, 19 final, 21 final, 22 again semi-final they got knocked out.
But World Test Championship.
Yeah, champions of the world
But
test.
I think it was
But
a
again,
valid point he made.
yes.
The good bowlers, the ones that have troubled the Indian batters aren't around.
Yep.
Once they come
Henry
back,
and
this
Bolt.
New Zealand team going to be one of the
Yeah.
dangerous teams. They've always been in ICC tournaments, so no reason. They're without a
believe
lot of their top level.
Only one win in the last 35 years here in ICC events against them. So,
Are they being driven?
Oh, so no press conference is happening.
oh,
With Bhushan Sharan is
AGM.
not going to do any press conference.
Okay, so after the AGM in
Only
Gonda on
after the
22nd,
I
on
think
22nd,
That's the right thing.
Sunday.
Sunday. Yeah,
He's anyway given interviews, whatever he had to say. So
I saw one of those where.
Yep.
I think he never intended to have a press conference because it was delayed 4 times today. Had to happen at 12. Then
no,
at
he
4,
must be consulting.
then at
He's got
5.
advisors too.
See, and also you have to realize because the wrestlers have made a few allegations and they have not mentioned about the exact proofs
Yes.
that they have against the WFI president. So WFI president, he's already made his stand very clear before the press. He gave interviews yesterday in Gonda. So now if he has anything more to add to it, I think he would much rather wait
Yeah.
for the athletes to come up with the evidence, the exact evidence that they've been talking about. Anyways, so
AGM is happening in Lucknow, right?
Sorry?
The AGM, WFA AGM,
Yeah,
Lucknow, Gonda.
Lucknow, I thought.
Gonda.
Gonda, okay. In his
Gonda unka
hometown.
gad hai.
Yeah.
It is
I know.
his gad. There he will present his mawkif. Rohan Verma is asking you something.
You guys back Shami as if he's Marshall for white ball cricket, whereas the truth is he has been poor in the last overs. He doesn't deserve a place in ODIs. Maybe there is an issue with Mohammad Shami in the death overs for India because see, Siraj
Goes
got
for
you,
runs.
yeah, Siraj got you back in the game with those 2 crucial wickets. Mohammad Shami, the variation seems to be missing. Either if he has the variation, he's missing his length. Either it's too full or too short.
And
He's
I
not nailing the Yorkers well. Remember in that 2019 World Cup, in the death overs, he was nailing the Yorkers.
You know, I remember we were having this discussion after or during the IPL only. I think you were also there. There was one more colleague of ours, former colleague. Now he's in Bombay, the legendary fast bowler that we had. So, Pushpesh, he was also there. You would remember.
Without naming him, how would we know? Without Pushpesh.
So, one thing that stood out about Mohammad Shami during the last IPL and even the seasons before that he was picking wickets in the power play.
Yeah.
Death may be a concern.
He was in the IPL. He was one of the highest wicket takers in the power play, and not just last season. He's been consistently picking a lot of wickets in the power play. So that yes, but he has also been leaking runs. So that's a problem. I think it's a trade-off for wickets and leaking runs later.
Yes.
There is a glass and somebody from inside is
Rajan Dinji is here. Sasikali is saying Azhar Bhai rated Greg Chappell his favourite batsman alongside Gavaskar in yesterday's show. Sir, why Chappell is underrated as a batter? I don't know. In fact, that day I picked him as one of the top 5 Aussie batters.
Perhaps you've not seen
Of all
a
time.
lot of Greg Chappell,
He was
unfortunately.
all-time greats,
Yeah.
Yeah,
The gold standard of the 70s. Yeah.
And that could be precisely the reason why Mohammad Azharuddin went for Greg Chappell, because the on drives modelled on Greg Chappell.
Greg Chappell,
So
yes.
Mohammad Azharuddin's onside play was modelled on Greg Chappell and Zaire Abbas.
Wow, two magicians.
No, I think not so much underrated. I know everyone respected him. I think it's also a generational thing.
Yeah.
Because you moved on to a different generation, people don't tend to remember. Like, I seldom, when you talk about the greatest cricketers, seldom does the name of Garfield Sobers come because you've just forgotten what kind of a
Worrell, Walcott, Weeks, all those guys.
So it's just with time it has happened. But if you spoke to people of that generation, they'll pick him in their top 5 cricketers of that time. Absolutely. Raj is saying that was Acha.
Raj is asking about Vikram Rathore.
And what value he brings. He's been the batting coach for a long time. Who has he improved?
Shubman Gill.
Maybe Virat coming back into form. Who knows?
Virat's thanked all of them.
Yeah. What about Ishan Kishan?
What about him? He scored a double century.
But he's been inconsistent. 50, then couple of low scores, 93, then
Batting coach too.
Yeah.
Just give you throwdowns.
Yep.
He may give you a sense of what is expected, what could be the conditions, give you data. The batsman has got to go out and do the job. Yeah.
Indeed.
It could be Ishan Kishan, it could be Shreyas Iyer, it could be Virat Kohli, it could be Rohit Sharma. सब फटे गोले.
Dada and
MSG.
Okay, so what do you think? Rohit's reaction looks real and VK's aggression looked fake. Supported VK as captain, but people can even support Bishnoi as captain, but not Rohit because he replaced VK.
What?
So he is saying that there is this personal animosity against Rohit. That's why people are pointing out his.
No, it goes either way. There are people who hate Virat.
Yeah.
There are people who would hate Rohit Sharma also. And we guys are lucky that both of them play for India.
Absolutely.
One was a fabulous captain, the other one could actually win you a World Cup.
Yes. And the best batsman in this current era.
Oh, yes. Two of them, yeah.
Yeah,
Two
both.
of them in white ball cricket. Magicians.
Yes.
They're sitting one over the other. Did you notice?
Yeah, I did. Didn't have too many cars. Mr. Shekhar says, morning all, 135 for 9 to 184 and 69 for 6 to 271 in Bangladesh, 206 for 8 to 306 versus Sri Lanka, 131.
Yeah.
You brushed these aside as one-off thing, as if no worry. Then why you admit it's catch 22? You're biased for batter at 8, please justify. It's too many things he's put, so I've not been able to understand. But the only reason, I understand the larger point that he's trying to make is that I am biased of having a batter at number 8. But I'm not saying it, even I would like to see the results. And I've said it earlier also, that maybe they went with that Sri Lanka series with no batsman at 8. One way,
yes.
And in this series they decided to go, and that's why they got Shardul Thakur. I think the Indian team is also not sure at the moment what they need to do, so probably they went 3 matches without any batter at 8. They'll go a few matches with a batter at 8, and I think based on evidence, based on results is when they'll decide. And I, during the Sri Lanka series, felt that on big scores when you're chasing, you sometimes need a longish batting lineup, and if the bowler, if he's a bowling all-rounder who's essentially come into the team to pick up wickets, and if someone like Shardul can do both, then why not? But if you think it's not working and he's leaking a lot of runs as a bowler and somebody else can do a far better job, then maybe, go away from it. There's no hard and fast rule, not written in stone anywhere.
Yep.
Tejas Rotmares asked a question you can answer. Are any of you concerned with Hardik Pandya's form?
Well, yesterday when we were looking at it, we found no flaws in Hardik Pandya's form. 1 or 2 series with the bat he's not performed. 1 or 2 series. Out of the last 1 year.
Actually, he's not 1 or 2 series. The only series where he's not performed is the Sri Lanka series. Both ODIs, T20s. With the bat. Everywhere else he had very good numbers. Including Asia Cup, T20 World Cup.
Ran a ball towards the last 10 overs.
No, we looked at strike rates also. We looked at strike rates also.
Shubman Gill bailed you out in the last game. But look at the runs scored from the other end in both the games and at the pace.
No, his strike rate was also good. We took out the numbers. Only at one point in which we still said is not great, which we said is not great, is when his strike rate was at 130 odd.
131.
Otherwise, his strike rate was hovering around 150.
So in the last 15 overs in modern day ODIs, it has to be 150 plus.
Yeah, so he was around
Kumar,
150.
again,
And averaging close to 30 and getting that strike rate of around 150.
Somebody's batting.
No, I'm just telling you, we just looked at hard, cold numbers,
Yep.
series wise, in the last year or so.
Yeah.
And the
last
Sri Lanka
one, yeah.
series is where.
Yes, he's struggled in both the Sri Lanka series.
Rehan Siag's question is, can Delhi Capitals call up Dinesh Banna as a replacement wicketkeeper? Because Ricky Ponting has mentioned today that they are looking for a
They can
wicketkeeper batsman.
only and only look for an Indian wicketkeeper.
Yes.
Don't have a foreign.
Sarfraz is there.
Phil Salt.
They, I don't think, are going to go with Sarfraz as their full-time wicketkeeper. And Phil Salt again disturbs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Overseas
balance.
combination.
That we always thought that is going to be tough because of one
They
foreigner
can go
coming
for
in.
Dinesh Banna. Maybe have him as the second choice.
Yeah. Because you're anyway going to play Nortje, you're going to play Warner, Marsh, so fourth overseas player, it can't be a keeper. Roman Powell, he's your finisher. That's the problem. So Delhi can't afford a overseas keeper. That's the main issue. But whether Mitchell Marsh will be fit, that's another question altogether. Phil Salt will come in.
No, but what is wrong with him? Isn't he fit?
Next wala
But he
lena.
can break down.
No, that anybody can.
And the last-
Our Indian team can break down any time. Yeah.
But again, it's more prominent with Mitchell Marsh also.
You
no?
are
Last two
playing
seasons.
international sport, you can break down
Yeah.
any time. No, just because he missed that a couple of seasons, though.
Couple of seasons.
Not even couple.
He played one game in 2020, missed the entire season.
Then
2021 also played a couple of seasons, matches missed.
Then came back in the next.
Then
season.
came back in the next season.
The
But
full season.
yeah, but didn't set the stage on fire. Lacked rhythm.
But when he plays,
Yeah, when he- if he's in form,
win you games.
Match winner, yes.
What?
Why is everybody so slow today? Imagine
slow.
one day you went for the protest, and this is your condition. Imagine those athletes. They've been.
No, I was actually looking at the television only. Yeah.
Who?
So he's the man.
Machine.
No, he's not the machine.
Your friend Lucky.
Yeah. Lucky's lucky
Good, yeah.
to be on TV on this tour.
Okay, a few comments quickly. I'll take Salman Bhatt is saying, why 5-match ODI series not happened before 2020? There are lots of 5-match series ODI T20 now, only 3 ODI. Why does 5-match? Because you need to play both T20s and ODIs. Earlier you just had one white ball format, so you could play. But I think in a 50 over World Cup year, you should go with 50 over games.
Yeah, but
rather than
unfortunately that's not happening because your West Indies series in June, July, that'll be a 3-match series.
T20 suits everyone,
Yeah.
including the broadcaster.
Broadcaster,
Yeah. Siddharth Arora says, Nikhil sir, Rohit's captaincy is Mazarat, sorry. That's his. He sent us from Canada.
Canada, yes.
I don't agree with you, Siddharth, though. But anyway,
Mahazarat is a very, very strong word, by the way.
Uday has asked a question to Siddharth also.
Me? Okay. Please, he's not asked me.
I think people are Aditya is missing Aditya. Oh,
Aditi. Okay.
Where's Aditi? By the way?
Ask Aditya.
Shivam asked, but before we started, he asked Siddharth.
He asked Siddharth.
I have no
why
clue.
is Aditya?
Why is Aditi not coming?
Full house.
What do you mean
Full
by full
house?
house? Yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Hey, this chair was vacant. I got a call from Harshit.
Even he
Shivam
called
sat
you.
there.
Shivam called you.
No, Shivam.
No, yeah, Harshit called him.
Even
No,
Doesn't
before
even
that.
know, yeah.
before Harshit also.
Atin, yaar, why did you not call Aditi?
Exactly.
That's the point.
Aditi decides on her own when she wants to come.
No. That's incorrect. She waits
No.
for you to ask her.
This is her platform. She can join.
Yes,
anytime.
Yes,
yeah. Again, she comes in, all of us are sitting in our...
We make
respective
space
chairs.
for her.
Hey, yaar,
We get up and offer
Yeah, we
her.
can.
You should have done that, na? Beforehand.
tomorrow.
हाँ. No, you should give somebody this responsibility.
Shivam has assigned.
Shivam, you must speak to him every evening at
Now
5
show is
o'clock.
not over. We are still live.
5 o'clock you must ask him because
No,
the
I'm
show
just
ends
telling
at
you
5.
in general. That's
So 5 dots
If
Siddharth
what?
should call
He actually thought it's done.
and find out.
Sure.
और क्या है?
He actually thought show is done. Man, shadow batting.
Listening to all these.
Yeah.
कल से 5 o'clock Siddharth is going to call up Aditi every day
Yes.
and find out.
Only she's
जो
off
भी है,
Saturday,
कल
Sunday.
तो मैच है यार.
Yep.
She can come यार.
No, she cannot. Weekends are packed. she said.
if
Yeah.
she's coming tomorrow or not.
यार anyways he can at least call her.
Call. Yep.
तो ये थोड़ी कि आउटगोइंग इनकमिंग बंद होती है साढ़े छह बजे. बात तो हो ही जाएगी.
हाँ,
You look at the comment, no?
No comments.
Come on Jivtesh.
US.
At this, he did in the US.
Yeah. Bad.
Okay.
चलो जी.
Bye bye. See you.
Yep. Thank you. Bye bye. Vanakkam.